Hello and welcome to the Wizards Arena. Today we are doing our review for the first ever Commander only set. It's sweet. Looking forward to it. Great. So we're just going to review in this quick video Mythics for the set that are not legends and that are not reprints. I'm not going to really talk about reprints at all. We all know how good various reprints are, like mana drain and stuff like that. So, we don't have to talk about them. Our ranking system is 1 is total garbage, you just set it on fire. And then with 8s and above, they're pretty much an auto include in every deck. Not all decks will use these cards in every build, or they just might be too expensive, but they are really sweet. So, our first card up is the Archon of Coronation. It's a 5/5 flyer for 6. When it comes into the battlefield, you become the Monarch, and as long as you're the Monarch, you basically have worship. Damage does not cause you to lose life. Pretty similar effect, not quite the same, but they are doing a lot of stuff with Monarch in this set. Monarch is getting a lot of love in this set. It's one of their sub-themes. Really cool. This guy's really solid. So if you build a Monarch theme and stuff like that, you got some more options. This guy gets a 7. I like him a lot. The group does. So I got a couple people together to review. 3 as usual. We agree 7 is the number for him. Number 2 on our list is the Sapphiric Greatsword. Oh my god, this thing. Okay, so it's a white and a colorless for an equipment that gives your guy +2/+2. And whenever you attack somebody that's tied with the most life or has the most life, make a 4/4 white angel, tapped and attacking, equips for 4. We already have the Moon Silver Spear, which is better than this thing, and that doesn't get played at all. So this thing is terrible. It's just bad. Like, it's, I feel, kind of useful in draft, maybe? So, it's a 2. It's just bad. Just don't even bother. Like, any of the other swords, even the Hero's Blade equips to your commander easier than this. I mean, if this had the Zendikar text of auto-equip, it would be better, but it doesn't. It's just junk. We won't even talk anymore about that. Next, we have the cycle of 9-cost spells. So this one here, let me check the notes. This one's about middle of the road. You get to return all your artifacts, enchantments, and planeswalkers from your graveyard to the battlefield. We've had similar effects like this for 8 mana. That was just legendary permanent. If this got back creatures, I feel like it'd be better. It's just a little for 9, underwhelming. Especially with the fact it's triple white. So, with all that said, it's not Garbo. It's just, middle of the road. Okay. They gave it part of the cycle. I'll give it a 6. I could have seen it being worse, and I could have seen it being a lot better, so we got that going on here. Next, we're into blue. Blue gets a crazy 9-cost thing. Hey guys, you don't get to mill somebody for a change. Oh my god. Like, that's what blue usually seems to get. You get to copy a thing. Well, for 6 and 3 blue, you exile an instant or sorcery card from any graveyard, not just yours, which is groovy. And then you copy that spell 3 times without paying the mana cost. And then you exile this thing so you don't get to cast it again. Good call. Really good call. My red-blue copy wizard will love this thing. Is it spell slinger will love it. I mean, this is just crazy. Time stretch, yeah, I want to go take a trillion turns. This one is so good. It wouldn't surprise me. Some groups would be like, it's not. It's a little overboard, but this gets 8. This is the best mythic we've seen. It's banana sandwich, to quote somebody. I love it. I mean, you can't say more about it than just think of really stupid sorceries and do it 3 times, or really stupid instances, do 3 times. Like, okay. Next we have Sphinx of the Second Sun. Big dumb Sphinx for 8 mana, 6/6 flyer. I really like this, but he's only going in one of my decks, Orlo, because I get to have potentially with this and Paradox Haze out 4 upkeeps in a turn. This is the only other thing I can think of besides Paradox Haze that gives more upkeeps. I like it, but I don't see it getting used much beyond that. I mean, you do get an extra untap step after your combat upkeep, like it's weird, interesting, but not game altering. So we'll give it a 7. It's, it's good. Really, really solid. Okay. Our next one is the profane transfusion. This is the black one that costs 9. And for 6 and 3 black, you target 2 people. You get to swap life totals and then make an XX token that's a differential. If Eberros is out, my understanding is you can gain the life, because it's not life gain, it's just exchanging of the life. Weird. Not quite as good as Reverse the Sands that white has for 7 and 2 white. Because that just pools all the life totals together. And you're like, okay, 40, 40, 40, 40, smush, 120, maybe 160. You all get 1 life and I have to balance. I got 157 left over. Deal with it. I was kind of surprised this was the black one. Kind of weird. So, this one, though, is not as mind-boggling as the blue one or the white one. So, this one only gets a 5. It's so far the weakest one of the 3 we've seen. Next one. Hellkite Courser. This guy's interesting. He is basically a sneak attack for your commander. 4 and 2 red for a 6/5 flying Dargan. When he comes into play, put your commander from the command zone onto the battlefield against haste, and you put it back in the command zone at the beginning of your next end step. Doesn't count as casting your commander, so commander attacks does not increase to my knowledge. So that's good. And then we have a 6/5 that stays out. That's pretty good. So you can get the Dragon Queen out or something like that. We like it. It's not the craziest dragon I've ever seen. So this one gets a 6. Moving on to our next wonderful card. It is the Port Raiser. Lots of pirate support in this set. It's another sub-theme we got. 3 and 2 red for 4/4. If he deals combat damage to the player, untap everything, and there's an additional combat phase. You can only smash things that you haven't smashed this turn. They keep trying to give Boros and red more combat phases, because it's the only way to make red do what it wants to do, which is do a lot of direct damage. And this is one of the ways to do it. Well, smash people more often. He gets a 5 primarily because he has to hit, and his stats are kind of low. Like, I'd rather have like 6 mana here and have better stat line, like a 6/6 or 5/4 double strike or something like that. Like a little bit better. No evasion on him right now, so he's just he's there. Kind of underwhelming. Next, Soulfire Eruption. And when I first read this card, I'm like, I read it again, and I'm like, basically, I don't like it. It's bad. For 6 and 3 red, assuming on turn 7, 8, 9, when you cast this, everybody has 3 things out, and there's your opponent. So each of them, there's 3 things to target. So you flip 9 cards, and maybe kill like 2 things. Everybody gets to see what you flip face up, and then they go, well, did he hit his combo? If you're playing combo, get him. And you're probably all tapped out. This is very bad. I'm not thrilled with it. It's, I feel, the weakest of the 9 cost cycles. And of course, it's red. You know, can't give them too many good things at once. So this is a 4. It's an okay card draw spell. I mean, the ideal situation for it is you cast this and there's like 30 things out or 20 things out, lots of tokens and stuff, and you melt half the tokens and you have a ton of cards to play around with next turn. Problem is they go away at the end of next turn. So that brings us to our next card. Oh boy, the Apex Devastator. Chimera Hydra. Cascade, 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 Cascade. And no, I didn't repeat myself. It's an 8 colorless, 2 green, 10/10 with quadruple Cascade. I'm going to put this in my trample deck, even though it doesn't have trample, because it's red-green, and I get to throw 4 big, beefy things on the board. Sure, just, okay. That sounds fair. I might just make Maelstrom Wanderer just to have this damn thing stuck in it. It's just big, dumb. That's what green does. Green loves it in Commander, to have big, dumb things in Commander, you know. It's everything green ever wants. Is it big? Does it sound dumb? Yep, sure. 7. Check it off. Okay. Let's see here. What's next? Oh my god. Reshape the Earth. 6 and 3 green. Search your libraries for 10 lands of any type. Slam them in battlefield tapped. And shuffle your deck. I want to know who thought this was an okay card. This is so far ahead of everything else. Heck, if this is in my graveyard and I have the blue card, I'll just go get all my basic lands or all my lands from my landfall deck and just go crazy. You can get Dragon Maze and Guild Gates. You can get Dark Depths and Thespian Stage, Field of the Dead. With Thespian Stage copying it or Vesuva copying it. Like, everybody knows how powerful non-basic lands are. We can just sit here all day and rattle them off. The Rules Committee hates green cards being good, so they might just straight up ban this card. I don't think it deserves it. You know, I don't think it will. This is not really a ramp card. This is just another way for green to go, boom, you're dead. My Avengers of Zendikar just goes ballistic and makes really big dudes. This is a 10. This is going in every green deck if you can grab it cheap. Slam it in there, annihilate some people, be happy. I, like, it just makes the white one seem like, well, I should have got back creatures, and the black one, it's like, that's really it. That's all it does, and the red one just seems so dumb now compared to the green one. Like, if this was like 8 lands or just basic lands, it wouldn't be so like ridiculous. But yeah, it's a thing. Moving on. Commandos Plate Mail. I love this card. I want this in my mono black all foil Children deck, because the cool thing that somebody didn't realize until recently is it costs 1 to cast, 3 to equip onto your commander, 5 on anything else. So I equip it to your Shieldred. She's mono black, so she gets protection from white, blue, red, green. Handle that. Like, that's just gross. So, and it's going to look sweet foiled too. I'm looking forward to it. This card, I really like. This card, if we were giving out fractions, it would be like a 7.5. It's a 7 though. It's in the bigger colored commanders like Progenitus isn't a good example. Scarecrow Lord, that's 5 colors. Well, you don't get any protections in that. This is better for single or 2 colors, so it helps out like Boros or mono blue commander and mono black. Like, okay, sweet, I got protection from lots and lots of colors. Love it. Ship it. Give me. Okay. Calm the hell down, people, before you start freaking out about this card. Jeweled Lotus. Let's really talk about this. The one thing I don't understand about this card is if it's not saying legendary artifact. Because there's a bunch of way commanders to copy this card. So if I just have like 5 of these darn things out, it's just silly, In triple and quadruple colored commanders, I really don't see this thing getting run that much because it's only 1 color, Yeah, if the commanders die a bunch of times, you can use it there to cast it. But it's a 0 for 1-shot 3 mana. You already have Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, Soul Ring, okay? And like Soul Ring, for example, just stays around. Like, I cast it on turn 1, I can tap it for 2 on that turn. On turn 2, I can tap it for 2. Like, it's already beating this thing 6 ways to Sunday. This is not a 10. This card is really good. More so from monocolored. This I'll give an 7 to, because there's certain decks this doesn't go into. People have to calm down, take deep breaths, and realize that it's really good. But if you don't get it in the first 3 or 4 turns, it's not a big help. Like, then you have Thrans and Gilded Lotuses and stuff. So calm down. Like, just take deep breaths. People just read these cards and just freak out. I mean, I remember when people read the Sorin from Shadows over Innistrad, and like, this guy's no good, he's crap. And then people start playing him and realized how good he was. It's like, oh, we don't know how to read cards. Yeah, we realize that. And then there's the Frixion Triniformer. Oh god, he has a lot of words. So he's a 9-cost golem for 9/9. And then he dies, and you get 3/3 golems. Okay. And then he's in your yard. And when you have 12 mana, you can encore him. If you have 3 opponents, you go swing at you for 9, swing at you for 9, swing at you for 9. At the end of turn, they all die. So I got 3, 6, 9 tokens left over that are 3/3. So that's 27 power just sitting here chilling untapped. If those tokens had something like Vigilance, Lifelink, Death Touch, First Strike, if they had more than just being 3/3 bears, I'd be a lot more impressed with this card. I'm really not. This card, I'm not. It's just like there's not much to do with him. He's got the encore ability on him, which is interesting, but he's a 4. He's the worst mythic we've seen so far. I'm just not impressed. Yay, you gave us one. But that will end it for our mythic reviews. My name's been Draymore with the Wizards Arena. I hope you guys had fun. We're going to start churning out these videos, and then we'll probably head on over to counting down and reviewing my Commander deck decks, because we are now all set to do those before Commander Legends drops. I got many decks geared up and ready to go. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.